Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another insight into how I put together some of the elements for the new book, inshallah, Millennium 5. Now, as you probably can tell straight away, I'm not filming it with my phone for a change. I've actually got a new laptop, and the laptop came with a piece of software called Debut Video Capture, something like that. And you can actually capture the screen of your video and the audio as well. You won't be able to see me or the bedroom or everything like that, but who wants to see that boring stuff anyway? So I thought I'd just try it out and talk about a different aspect of the Millennium 5 imagery and how it's put together. Now, not everything I do is using the Wacom tablet and GIMP, which is a poor man's version of Photoshop, but I also use something called Inkscape, which is also a free download as well. It's an open source piece of software that you can get and you can use it. And I use this because there's certain images you want to create quickly and you want to use it in a certain way that is it's much more conducive to use something like this, which is a vector drawing application. For example, if I zoom into this particular logo here, this is the logo you've probably seen in different places on the videos and on the page as well. And I've put this together with the GIMP, with the Inkscape, because I just felt it was easier to use and you can change the images a lot quicker and you don't have to worry about resolution. With vector drawing images, you don't have to worry about losing resolution or pixelating or anything like that, because it's a bitmap, if I'm correct, bitmap drawing application. So let's look at this logo here. The logo is comprised of different pieces. So if I click on it, you can see that box that's around it, indicating that it's been grouped together. So if I ungroup that, then you can see all the separate elements with their bounding boxes around them. So if I click off of it and, for example, click on the 5 has been made up separately. If I click on it using one of these tools here, you can see how it was put together. Very easy, actually. Again, this is an open source piece of software. It's free. Inkscape is free, but to me, at the end of the day, it's not about how sophisticated a piece of software is. It's about what you can do with it, what skills you have, and to a degree as well. You know what? The more primitive it is, probably the better for you, because it forces you to be more creative and to sort of trying to achieve the same effects that you see professional illustrators achieve with a limited amount of resources and tools. So I don't necessarily see that as a disadvantage, because there are a lot of things you can do with Photoshop and Illustrator which are plugins. You just plug it in, you just have an image like this one, for example, go down to a filter or something, drop in the effects, and it does it. This does have filters and effects as well, but they're limited. They're quite limited and a bit puny, but still, you know, you're forced to do certain things with this because it doesn't have all those sophistication. Right, if I click on that Arabic in the middle there, you see it moves. This is an image that I just found online somewhere, and I just messed with it basically. I think it's in two or three different pieces. If I say ungroup, you can see it's two of the same thing, but I've just changed the opacity of them and kind of offset them a little bit to make it look a bit more funky. And here is the shield itself with the blue background, which has got a slight vignette. You can see it's slightly changing from light blue to a darkish blue, and the same with the red base here. It's not quite red, maroon, light maroon to a dark maroon, and the stars are all separate as well, and I've treated each of the stars with a different kind of vignette color as well. Over to the right here, you can see the same logo, exactly the same logo, grouped as well, but of course this time devoid of color. It's just an outline. It's exactly the same thing, except I didn't put the Arabic in this one. Again, there's another version here which has got a slight glow to it. If I grab this box, grab that, make a box out of it, fill it with black. Oh, I think I've got the no, it's not working. I don't know why. You see, I was going to show you something here, but it's not working. It's not working. I think I've got it on a different layer, that's why. Not to worry. Anyway, so let's go down to see what I've done with the characters themselves. I have laid the characters out. Let's get rid of this for a second. I have laid the characters out like a kind of like a, you can get those books that are game kind of compendium books that kind of show you the background scenes and everything else. I've decided to lay this particular image out in that same fashion. It doesn't mean that this is going to end up to be what it's going to look like at the end of the day. This is just something I've put together myself just to kind of give me a feel of what I'm trying to achieve, because you have to experiment and mess around with different kind of images, different formats before you kind of get the feel that you're trying to go for. You know, basically I think Millennium 5 is going to appeal to young tweens that are into games, into Art of War, Call of Duty, and those kind of things. So you have to try and get that kind of feel, and you don't get that kind of feel just by going pa-ching and getting it straight away. You have to mess around with imagery and positioning and things like that. So you can see here Lee Sin Q, Rain, Quartz, and the Kicks. Not the entire 5, but as I said, I'm just experimenting with them at the moment. Actually, to look to one side here, you can see the rest of the team that I haven't put in just yet. Actually, maybe I should do that here now that while that we're talking. I'll show you how I kind of did it roughly. Now these two are crouching down, so they're not going to be in the same kind of position. Well, they are in the same position, but they won't be obviously the same height because they're crouching down. They're crouching tigers. So again, I think I've got the layers on here, so I think that might be in a different layer. So you have to find the layer thing now to find if I have put it on a different layer, because I can't remember what I've done. I can't remember why it's not why isn't she on top of it like that? Like that, yeah. So I just have to bring her to the front, that's all. There you go as well. Let's zoom out a little bit so we can see Wagwan. And I'm gonna grab this background here and stretch it over here, and then put Gadgetana here. As I said, she's crouching down, and I'm going to try and keep them into the same perspective, so she's not going to be like really tall. Let's get rid of that. Same here with a Korori. So he's going to be still a bit slightly taller because he's a bigger guy than her. She is 5'10", and he is 6'2", I think it is. So we're trying to, we can experiment with trying them in different positions because they're both crouching down. Maybe it's not a good idea to have them both crouching down. Ideally, really, we do need an image of Gadgetana and Kurori also standing up as well. But I haven't actually drawn imagery of them doing that just yet. I'm going to get rid of that logo there because it's just an experiment I was messing with. And what we're going to do, I think we're going to grab one of these logos over here. Let's grab this one here and put it down here like this. Okay, and it's a bit big, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bit big, so let's just bring it down in size. And you can see I've already put one over here, and I've got the names of those other guys there. So maybe what I could do is make another number of boxes like this on this side here, and put in the other team members. Maybe Colonel Baz could go next to him, or Yasmin and Suhail. I'm not sure. That's some of the characters from the story. So there you go, guys. Just another insight into how I put some of the imagery together that you've seen on Facebook. I just want to give you guys more of an insight, a bit of a heads up, and show you how it's done, inshallah. Okay, thanks for watching again, guys. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.